Welcome to the ceremony of the Appalachian Wireless Arena. We appreciate everyone for being here. We're going to get right down to it, and our first speaker will be a man that you all know and love, the mayor, Jimmy Carter.
I don't know how much love there is there, Josh. Thank you all so much. Back in, 2005, when the expo opened its doors, there was a lot of questions on how it would be maintained, how it would be kept up, who was going to fund it, how it was going to be financed. The governor was here, wherever I saw him earlier, but he was an instrumental piece into getting there he is, back there hiding in the back, of getting the expo here. And it was a game changer for Eastern Kentucky, not just Pikeville, not just for Pike County, but for Eastern Kentucky as a quality of life issue. And then a few years ago it ran onto hard times, and the city and the commission felt like it was time for us to step up and do something, because it is a quality of life issue. And so far it's been one of the best decisions we've made as a commission in several years. The expo now is running in a very positive manner. It's being not having to be subsidized like it had been in the past years, and it's wonderful. So with the announcement today of Appalachian Wireless going to be the sponsor of the arena and renaming rights of the arena, this just assures that quality of life continues for out down the road. As I guess you could say the Appalachian Wireless did several years ago when they brought the wireless phone system into Eastern Kentucky, it was a quality of life issue. So goes naming rights for the East Kentucky Expo Center, it being named Appalachian Wireless Arena. It's a quality of life issue. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for being here today. Appalachian Wireless, thank you all so much. It's just a pleasure doing business with you all, and thank you for being out there when we need you. Thank you.
At this time, please welcome City Manager Philip Ellswick.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Most people think of the Expo Center or Appalachian Wireless Arena. That's going to be a hard habit to break. So,
we'll get there in time.
as a great venue for concerts and basketball games, weddings, but the venue is really more important in its role as an economic development tool. It brings people to our area and gives them opportunity to spend their money here rather than go to Lexington or Charleston or Huntington. At our hotels and restaurants and retail stores, and it creates a variety of jobs, both directly and indirectly. Additionally, when companies are considered relocating in Pikeville or Eastern Kentucky, they're very concerned about quality of life, like the mayor mentioned. And this arena venue is certainly instrumental in the quality of life that we have and the opportunities and options that it brings for us. It's a vital component of our quality of life, and it's an important community asset that we must support, as the commission decided several years ago to do, and it's been a tremendous success. We're grateful to Appalachian Wireless and Community Trust Bank for recognizing the value of this arena into the economy of Pikeville and Eastern Kentucky. With support like this, we can strengthen the economy of Eastern Kentucky and help it once again thrive. So on behalf of the Expo staff and the city, thank you very much for your contributions, and we look forward to a long relationship.
Let's see if we can make it louder. Bear with me. Test. Oh, that works. All right. They heard you heard them. They were great. Thank you guys for speaking. Next up, we will have a new face that's not really, you're brand new. Brand new man to the job. GM Paul Bowles.
Thank you all. I spent all morning trying to get out of this and let Philip do my talking. And Josh puts me up here. So if anybody's looking for a marketing guy, I know one that may be available in the short term here. but to echo what they said, it's extremely important when you look at it from a venue standpoint. As all of you all know, you draw a circle around Pikeville and go 400 miles out, how many venues or areas that people can actually play music or have their events at. And everybody's the same. Everybody's got a venue, everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's gonna say my market's better than this market. But one of the things that sets it out there is naming rights. It tells agents in Nashville and LA and New York that there's a community here that the corporate leaders have invested in the venue and its people have invested in the venue. There are three things that they look for that are, well, there's probably 1,000 things that they'll find a reason why they can't play the show there. But the three main things are the people that run the facility, how they're gonna be treated when they're there. You know, naming rights, is there an investment in the community? And two, ticket sales. And this is just a part of that puzzle that we're trying to put together to be that economic tool that brings people into Eastern Kentucky or Pikeville, using the restaurants, using the hotels, and going to the shops. And I wish I had a big show I can tell you about today, but I can't. But do pay attention in the next 2 months. We have an amazing fall coming up here at the Expo Center. Excuse me, Appalachian Wireless Arena. And you get your tickets at the Community Trust Box office. Thank you.
He just threw that out by mistake. Please ignore that last East Kentucky Expo Center. Appalachian Wireless Arena. Now up next from the Appalachian Wireless, we have GM Alan Gillum.
I'm glad to be here today and glad to be a part of Appalachian Wireless East Kentucky Network and Eastern Kentucky. A lot of what we'll have to say here, Ashley Little will be saying and following, but from a personal standpoint, I'm going to soon be retiring and leaving Appalachian Wireless. When you get as old and white-headed as I am, they're not going to let you hang around a whole lot more years. But it's been great being here. But I go back through childhood and I think about the changes we've seen in this part of the country and so forth. My first trip to Pikeville that I can remember would have been in 1968. Rode up here with a classmate from down at Mayo and stayed overnight with him and went back down to school the next day. And I assure you, things are very different in the Big Sandy region than they were in 1968. And from 1975 on, my line of business has been two-way radio and telephone and wireless. We've just found that to be an amazing adventure to be able to be involved in that in the mountains of East Kentucky. And one of the things that I am the most honored to be a part of is the fact that we have 5 small rural telephone companies in Eastern Kentucky that back in 1989, when nobody knew what cell phones were in this part of the country, they sat down somewhere and talked things over and scribbled a few notes on a napkin and agreed they'd all make an application for a cellular license. And if any of them got it, why, in any area, they'd partner up and share and start figuring out what cellular was and what to do and how to build it. And so that's kind of the origin of it. And I'm very pleased to say that all 5 of those groups are still the owners today. We've got 29 years and they have been the kind of stewards of opportunity that almost all the profit that this organization has made for 29 years in a row, they have been gracious and it has been reinvested in this network and in this neighborhood and in this community. And one of the things in an industry that changes as fast as this one does is if you're going to be successful the next 15 years, you've got to be successful today in figuring out where you think you're going to need to be 5 years from now. And in 5 years from now, you're going to be looking at another 5. And the rate of change in the next 5 will be 3 times, 10 times faster than it was the last 5. That's how fast it's going to change. But I am pleased that I believe that this group of founders they're still involved in it day to day, and I think they're in this for the long haul. I believe that 10 years, 20 years, 30 years into the future, that we can have excellent communications, wireless communications in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, east of I-75, south of I-64. I tell them that's my territory, and I think that's the Expo's territory. So looking forward to a good future. Thank you.
The next man I'm going to introduce, you hear him on the radio all the time. He's all over the place. We've been communicating back and forth for over 4 years now. Call him one of my friends. Please welcome Marketing Manager Ashley Littrell.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out and taking your time to be a part of this historic announcement today. We've had a very good relationship with the Expo for many, many years, been the box office sponsor before, and whenever this whole kind of thing came back up and we started renegotiating, the timing just felt right, and things presented themselves in a way that it felt like it was a good relationship between both organizations to kind of make this happen. You know, our hope from our standpoint is we've always been service and community minded, and this goes right back to the community, and you know, service is what we've always prided ourselves on in terms of service in the mountain, because this is where we all live and work, and every employee is proudly from Eastern Kentucky, and you know, that's not going to change. But community focus wise, we're hopeful that this is, you know, clearly there's advantages for Appalachian Wireless to be in here, but we're hopeful that it allows the staff to bring bigger and better shows, you know, to Eastern Kentucky, and really be and just strengthen that bond, because you know, we got to keep more of what we got and work together and try to just, you know, keep on keeping on and trying to keep, you know, people at SOAR. I'm glad to see these guys are here. They're out there preaching it every day. Community, and we're very happy to be a part of the community, and we're here for the long haul, as Alan said, and gave you some of the history about how long the founders and the community, or the owners, have been around, and Appalachian Wireless in itself. So really excited about this agreement. Can't say enough good things about the staff and how good they've been to work with over the past 5 years. So we're looking forward to another 5 years at least, at minimum, run for the next go. So thanks everybody for coming out, and we're really excited.
Did he say 5? I think he meant 25. Right? I hope. Okay, good.
He just wasn't sure of that, but yeah, somewhere.
Okay, see, you hear it first. I love it. We have, as mentioned, you know, the staff here, they have a great staff. We have a great staff. I'm the marketing director. You know, we got a new GM, Paul Bowes, assistant GM, Larry Miller. We got a good team, our finance department. We're really blessed with what we have. We appreciate everybody coming out. We appreciate the Appalachian Wireless Partnership, and then, of course, the Community Trust Bank. Now we're going to hop on the Community Trust Bank bandwagon for a second, and we're going to introduce the Senior Vice President Marketing Director, Mr. Carl Trissler. Come on.
Thanks, Josh. Our President and CEO, Mark Gooch, could not be here today, but he did have a statement that I'm going to read about how happy and proud we are to be here today. Over the years, Community Trust Bank has strongly supported the communities of East Kentucky and public community facilities such as the East Kentucky Expo Center. Today, we are pleased to announce that Community Trust Bank will be the sponsor of the East Kentucky Expo's box office, and to announce that the Community Trust Bank logo will appear on the back of all printed tickets to events. We also want to congratulate and recognize Appalachian Wireless for supporting the Expo, which will now be known, of course, as the Appalachian Wireless Arena. While it was being constructed, Community Trust Bank's current chairman, president, and CEO, Gene Hale, served as a founding board member. For more than 13 years now, the Appalachian Wireless Arena has been an important part of the vibrant life of East Kentucky, offering a wide variety of trade shows, sports events, and fundraisers for community organizations, entertainment, educational, and cultural activities. Community Trust has been a sponsor of events held each and every year during those 13 years. The families and businesses of our communities have all benefited. We are excited to be a part of the continued success of East Kentucky, Pike County, the city of Pikeville, and the Appalachian Wireless Arena. Thank you.
Well, that ends the fun press conference that we had. Please put your round of applause together for Community Trust Bank and Appalachian Wireless. It was great. We appreciate everyone coming out, and I believe we're going to join Jordan and his staff for some ribbon cutting fun, right? Guys, thank you very much for joining us, and we're going to continue doing great things here at the new Appalachian Wireless Arena, Community Trust Bank box office. Thank you, guys. In 3, 2, 1, cut it! Yes! It is official!